Yeah. The time is 5 o'clock on this Friday evening, November 23rd, 2018. It is time for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, November 23rd, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 5 o'clock, 27 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news is major Trump administration climate report says damage are testifying across the country. Roger Stone Associate Jerome Gossi in plea negotiation with Miller Court report. Judge allows lawsuit against Trump financial proceed, rejects Trump claim that he can't be sued. Trump takes bid to restrict transgender troops to Supreme Court. MBTA police request manners. Fox News apologizes against electing Hillary Clinton to herpes. Cold temperatures set regional records for Thanksgiving. Nick Ayers could be President Trump's next chief of staff. 12-year-old shot at River Chase Gallery in Alabama. Hurt him but brave, Buffer said. Schiff says House Democrats will probe Khashoggi murder. Brexit while Spain's Gibraltar con turns crash on the route. American missionary work called shelter me before trip turned deadly. Our lives that they went to ruin us for decades. Myanmar sought to drive out Rohingya. Foxborough man killed in a fire crash on Interstate 495 in Norton, which turned out to be an 84-year-old man. One dead, another injured in Somerset crash. Walmart Black Friday chaos continues in the stores. While Black Friday in Mansfield turned out to be peaceful as people minded their own business as they took advantage of Black Friday deals. And it was huge drop all signs say made in the USA. Amazon workers across Europe protest Black Friday, citing grilled work conditions. Wall Street drops, S&P 500 confirming correction. And looking at the stocks now, drop 170.74 points at 24,285.95. S&P 500 down 17.37 at 26.32.56. And Nasdaq down 33.27 at 69.98. Looking at some news from the wires. North Korea briefly sees a South Korean fishing vessel in international waters. Bomb attacks on mosque kills 26 Afghan troops during Friday pair. UAE to consider clemency request for British man jailed for espionage. At least 34 people dead after insurgents carried out several attacks in Pakistan. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened a probe and suspected defect impulsively. 2.7 million general and motor trucks and SUVs. New York Supreme Court rules against Trump court dismiss foundation suit. In other news from the Attleboro Sun Chronicle, Attleboro City Council trims residential tax rate. Seacon quotas reject pot ban while the town fire chief of Seacon plans to increase staffing due to more calls. A frigid threat for less lights holiday light display. Attleboro area focus on small businesses Saturday. 3 taken to hospital fall. North Rebus School lockdown fall threat. Bridgewater does the red, yellow, and blue handprints and drawn a wall inside upon its Sunshine Farm Sanctuary and have a wall on with a colorful picture that hang near a sign called Candace Matters as protesters gather Bristol Sheriff's home to decry arrest for ICE. Quincy Adams pedestrian gate open soon. Since January, 26 people have been charged with shoplifting from the Coles at 501 Technology Center Drive, a shocking 47% of all shoplifting charges issued by Stoughton Police this year. The wait on the way to hold up with pot shops in Brockton. East Bridgewater missile told acres trains to keep us with the demand. In Brockton, 13 people, including at least one child, were displaced Thursday afternoon when a fire broke out on the porch and made its way to a melted family home. The cause was improper disposal of smoking materials. 2 minutes on the answer to global warming. Humans didn't cause mass animal extinctions in Africa, Black Privacy Fought study said. 12 confirmed cases of adenovirus in Camden County, New Jersey. Ebola in Congo now affecting newborn babies, UN said. Leukemia patient expecting twins hope with a donut and a saver laugh. Poorest dying in near 10 years younger than the rich and deeply worrying trend for UK. "21 minutes ago in Conneaut Island, Massachusetts, boat in distress. Conneaut vessel hit pile of rocks. Buzzers made. Marine Task Force Secretary. 4 people on the board. U.S. Coast Guard dispatched assets. And in North Edinburgh, Massachusetts, AT, there was 16 Spruce Street companies working on fire on the walls of an unknown size residential type structure. All hands are working. Peter Channel News Store is 5:05 on this Friday evening. Seminar for a sport. Boston Celtics will be in Atlanta town. Atlanta Hawks game time 7:30 p.m. While the Boston Bruins will be in Pittsburgh town. The Pittsburgh Penguins game time 7:30 p.m. The TD got it. Looking at some NBA scores. Minnesota over Brooklyn 112 to 102 and 2:52 left in the third quarter. LA Clippers and the Memphis Grizzlies are tied at 68 apiece. NHL scores. Buffalo Sabres leading the Montreal Canadiens 1-0 with 19:25 left in the second period. Anaheim and Edmonton no score 18:22 left in the second period. Winnipeg Jets 1, Minnesota Wild 0 with 19:20 left in the second period. New York Islanders 1, New Jersey Devils 0 at 19:53 left in the second period. Detroit 1, Washington 0 with the second period underway. And the Philadelphia Flyers over the New York Rangers in Philly 4-0. Look at that. College football scores. USA 24, CCU 14. Virginia Tech 7, UVA 0. University of Southern Florida 0. University of Central Florida 7. Buffalo 44, Bowling Green State 14. Memphis 52, Houston 31, and Texas 24, Kansas University 17. And Missouri all over Arkansas 38-0. With 28 seconds left in the third. Jerry Jones on my making his bid for his cash. Peter Channel News Store is 5:07 on this Friday evening, and it's time now for Peter Channel Traffic and Transit Check. Baby! Let's start you off on the MBT with the green line needing branch service between delays up to 20 minutes due to a disabled train at Novel Face University inbound. On the commuter rail, Pittsburgh train 4:22, 4:05 p.m. inbound operate 5-10 minutes past between air and North Station due to freight train traffic. And the ferries, they are looking good. All right, look at the downways and byways of since it's Black Friday. Let's look at the highways and byways around the mall area. Emerald Square Mall area, Route 1, it is slow between 295 all the way down to 123 in the Attleboro area around the Emerald Square Mall area. While the Silver City Gallery Mall area is looking good. Out of Westgate on around 27 of both ends, it's a little bit slow around the Westgate Mall area. Out of Mansfield Crossing, School Street, it's a little bit slow between 495 and 140. 185 at the northbound side, it is slow between Route 1 down to 1A and the Rentham area down around the outlets. 485 on the southbound side, so around Route 1A and Rentham around the outlets area. 95 northbound side, so on 128 out in Canton, 128 on both ends about between 130 and Canton on the 28 in Randolph. 21 the northbound side, so around Route 28 in Canton. 37 on both ends around in Granite Street. It's a little bit slow. Southern Expressway, southbound side, stop and go between the Dorchester gas tanks and Hillcrest again between French Brook Parkway and Quincy Island and the Braintree split. 95, 24, and 3 are looking good in the southeastern Massachusetts area. Out in the Cape, Bourne 28 on the northbound side and southbound side, Lewis Island and the Bourne Waterway. Bourne and Sagamore bridges are looking good. 128 both ends at 3 in the southbound side, so the Burlington area. Route 9 on both ends around the native ball area. It's a little slow. 120 to southbound side, slow around. 114 in Peabody, 93 both ends about around 495 up in Andover between an accident. Around that area, around 93 and 495 in Andover, so expect some delays. 3 to the northbound side, the low side, Bill Richter stretch, central Massachusetts, Mass Pike, eastbound side, so after 84 in Sturbridge, 84 eastbound side, so between 20 and Pike and Sturbridge. Howard Zimbabwe's of Rhode Island, 95 northbound side, a little slow around Route 195 up in Providence. Jamestown, Newport, Mount Open, Cigar River Bridges off. Looking good. Merritt Parkway, both ends about between Bridgeport down to Milford. Merritt Parkway, westbound side between North down to New Canaan. 95 and the southbound side between Derry down to Greenwich. 95 southbound side to Milford, Connecticut. And up north, it's looking good in New Hampshire. And up in Maine, traveling on the southbound side, those around Gray, Maine, and 89. Northbound side, also around Route 7 in Burlington, Vermont, and Interstate 89. Southbound side, also on the U.S. Canadian border. And onward 1555, northbound side, so in southern Quebec, towards the U.S. Canadian border, around southern Quebec. Peter Chill News Time, 5:10 on this Friday evening, and it's time now for our weather report. And we had a decent day in the weather department. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect weather conditions for Black Friday, even though it was a little bit chilly, but you managed to did your Black Friday shopping in spite of the weather. Okay, 5 o'clock reports 27 degrees that temperature with a 2.0, humidity 31%, barometer 30.42 inches. Okay, looking at the current conditions around the region, 32 in Boston, 30 in Taunton, 30 out in Bedford, 28 out in Beverly and Gloucester, 27 in Pittsburgh, 25 Worcester, 32 in Taunton, 30 in Taunton, 32 in Norwood, 28 in Plymouth and Falmouth and New Bedford and Chatham, and 29 in Provincetown, 28 in Murfreesboro, 27 in Nantucket, 30 in Providence, 28 in Newport, 29 in New London, and Montauk, Connecticut, and 29 in New London, Connecticut, 20 in Islip, 30 in New York State, 27 in Albany, 21 in Schenectady and Saratoga Springs, 32 in Bridgeport, New Haven, 20 in Denver and Waterbury, and 20 in Middletown, Connecticut, 30 in Hartford, Connecticut, and Winslow, 20 in Springfield, 27 in Orange, Massachusetts, and 25 in North Adams and Pittsfield, Mass, 25 in Rutland and Bennett and Barber, Vermont, 1911 in New Hampshire, 25 in North and Concord, New Hampshire, 20 in Manchester and Nashville, New Hampshire, 26 in Keene, New Hampshire, 23 in Stratford, New Hampshire, 26 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 27 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Looking at the surface map around the country shows high pressure coming up to Milan State, some front of body down from western Pennsylvania all the way down to Tennessee. Front of body off the Carolina coast and front of body off the Florida coast and station front from eastern tip of Cuba at the Atlantic and front of body down the middle Pacific from southwestern Ontario down for Texas. Another batch of the front of body, one from Colorado and Mexico, another one from Arizona and California, another from southern Oregon and Northern California, and front of body way off the Baja coast and front of body around Wyoming and high pressure ridges around the Fork River region and Arizona and Mexico, while low pressure off the northeast Mexico coast and western Iowa and warm front and low pressure off southwestern Oregon. 43 degrees in Detroit and in Pittsburgh, 35 in Washington, D.C., 51 in Chicago, 45 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 50 in Kansas City, 75 in Dallas, 72 in Brownsville, Texas, 75 in Miami, 47 in Atlanta, Georgia, 50 in Albuquerque, Mexico, 51 in Denver, 50 in Salt Lake City, 69 in Phoenix, Arizona, 60 in Las Vegas, 48 in Grand Falls in Seattle, Washington, 61 in San Francisco, and 65 out in Los Angeles. All right. Looking at the radar satellite loop around the country. Shows clouds coming on much of the southeastern states, all the way down to the Midwestern Puerto region and down as far south of the states with some line of showers and storms line from Louisiana stretching all the way up to Minnesota and west stretching in the east to Illinois and raining in western portions of Nebraska down to western and eastern portions of South Dakota and some rain, sleet, and snow down portions of northern Nevada and northwestern portions of Idaho and up into southern Idaho and northwestern Utah and some rain showers in northern Colorado by the western Oregon and Washington State and snow and sleet around the mountains of Washington State and snow in several portions of Alberta and the southwestern portions of Saskatchewan and snow and sleet around Manitoba and snow showers in the eastern portions of the Dakotas and some line of rain showers line from the northeastern Florida coast around Jacksonville, stretching up the Georgia, Florida, and Carolina coast and raining off the northeastern Florida coast. All right. Looking at forecast discussion, high pressure moving out the coast with a lot of temperatures to moderate some today and particularly sun today. Dry much mild weather should prevail most of the day Saturday. Low pressure will bring stronger rainfall into the region Saturday night, perhaps lingering into Sunday morning. The next low pressure system quickly falls and will provide that never soak in rain sometime Monday into the morning. But it'll be the low pressure for the bits north and after crossing into a chilly weather expected Wednesday and Thursday, and but not nearly as cold as what we experienced in the last couple of days. And all the surface temperatures anomalies are nearly 10 to 15 below across the region and feels mild in comparison thanks to the weak pressure gradient provided by 1030 millibars by high pressure. Locally, the climate is dry and features a modest subsidence inversion, which has already led to some low mid-level temperature rises. That's all out for the main KC conditions, which will continue through the evening and would expect to should drag clear conditions and a weak pressure gradient, continuing another round of radiation cooling in its favor. However, as noted by the previous forecast, a slight increase in low mid-level temperatures as well as southwest flowing and warm infection and development in that same layer, combined with a few whips of CI thanks to an upward calm moisture loading and expect some inhibition of the radioactive process is yielding overnight. Lows 10 15 degrees warmer than last night, mainly in teens to low 20s. All right. Look at the forecast. We're going to take this. Tonight, mostly clear, about 20 degrees, light southwest wind for Saturday. Puts and sky to be mild, about 46 coming in the southwest and 5 miles an hour for Saturday night. Chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Then rain after 11 p.m. Patchy fog. After midnight, low 3 degrees coming in east 1 5 to 7 miles an hour. Wind chest patch of 1 percent. New response between 3 quarters inch possible for Sunday. Rain may before 8 a.m. Patch fog before 1 p.m. Minor 40 degrees and a low 3 center chest patch is 8% with a knock about 3 to 7 miles an hour. Shut the light wind on Monday. Rain patch fog hour 47 degrees and low 36 degrees and chest pitch is 75% for Tuesday. Parts of the podcast about 43 about 20 degrees. For Wednesday, most of the mostly clouds about 39 about 20 degrees. For Thursday, most of the mostly clouds about 41 about 20 degrees. And for Friday, sun's got about 41 degrees. And Peter's word of phrase of the evening. A clear and cool night on tap. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, November 23rd, 2018. Viewers, if you have a good evening, goodbye today to the 11 o'clock for a late hour report. Hope you have a good evening.